All you need is to allow yourself to live more in clarity. So I often talk about clarity. I have this LLQ method that helps me to allow clarity to take place. So what does it mean, LLQ? It means let it be, let it go, or question it. Let it be. Alan Watts said, a muddy water is best cleansed by just leaving it, right? If you have muddy water in the glass, you put it on the table, after a few minutes that mud will fall onto the ground and the water will get clear, right? It's same with your mind, my friend. Sometimes we may feel so overwhelmed and we may think too many thoughts, like being mentally overwhelmed because we've been over-consuming too much of information. When you feel like that, you just need to let yourself be. You need to let yourself be. You know, when they say be in the present moment, you don't think about the present moment. You need to be in the present moment. When they say live your life, you don't think about living your life or what else you should do. You do it, and therefore you're being it, right? When you're doing something without thinking about doing it, you actually become what you're doing, right? When you're painting a painting, I'm an artist, so I know that. When I'm painting the painting, when I stop thinking about painting it, I actually become the process of creating it. This is the art of doing something. This is the flow state. This is the art of effortless action, actually coming from ancient philosophies, different philosophers. We're talking about effortless action that happens when you actually become what you're doing. It can only happen when you let things be. Like something very heavy may happen in your life. Allow yourself to be, to witness it, to observe it. You don't need to react to everything. You don't need to judge everything. You don't need to fix everything. Until you see things clearly, allow everything to be. Allow the situation to fall apart. Allow the loss to happen. Allow the grief to be experienced. Allow anxiety to be felt. Allow anger to be released. Allow it. Be it. It's completely fine. Let it be. And things will naturally purify, because this higher mind, this higher order will move away from you what is not serving you anymore. So it's not about you trying to fix stuff. It's you witness stuff and it will be fixed by itself, right? Not attaching to things, observing things, being there, feeling it, experiencing it, but not trying to fix it. You see, if your life is not the way you would like it to be, you don't fix it in this moment. You don't fix stuff. You can't just make up more money in this moment. You can't just make up a better health in this moment. It's about clarity to see what kind of choices to change in the future events that are about to come. What kind of different decisions you will make in the future events. It's not what you do right here, right? Right here you can only observe. And you can allow clarity to take place by letting things be. Letting people be as they are. Allowing yourself the freedom of being and allowing others the freedom of being themselves. Let it be. And then when clarity will take place, you will see when you stop so much reacting to what's happening, you will kinda release the need to control what is going on. And when you release the need to control what is going on, you will notice, oh, I just don't need to be a part of this. I can just observe, but I don't need to be attached to it. And when this happens, it's a moment of wisdom, isn't it? Suddenly, you become a bit lighter, like, I'm experiencing this, but I'm not really attached to it, right? I'm just, seeing it. And I know in the future, I don't need to stay there. Like, I will choose another direction, and therefore you will choose another destiny, right? This is a part of present destiny, but you can choose a new destiny for you. More prosperous, more loving, more connected, more blissful, more peaceful, more happy, whatever you will choose. It's about the choices you make on moment by moment basis, right? Let it be, my friend. The second is letting go. If you want clarity to take place, you need to learn to let go of the tension, right? Let go of the tension. Why it's so hard for so many people to experience clarity in their minds and peace in their hearts? Well, because we're doing too many things, trying to fix too many things, trying to control too many things and too many people, and not really living what is our story, not really living our story, writing our own story. We're trying to write other people's story, and we're trying to change the story that was already written. Your present life, you're trying to change that. You never change what is already written. You can't change what has already been created, right? When the tree has been planted, let go and it will grow. Let go and it will grow, right? So what letting go truly means? It means that you allow things to happen in its own timing. And you also allow things to live your life. Things, people, circumstances that are not meant for you, allow them to go out of your life. And it will create so much peace in your heart, because you will notice that it's really not in your control so much of what's happening. What is in your control is only what you do in this moment, how you treat your mind, your intellect, what kind of skills you choose to master, what kind of capabilities you choose to sharpen, what kind of habits you choose to develop. It's all in your power, but what's happening is not. So letting go means that you allow things to happen, you allow things to go, and you learn to cultivate a sense of trust that there's a higher power that is actually making sure that all this happening that's going on in your life, everything that's going on in your life, is just under a higher order that is making sure that you're growing into a right direction, that you're just evolving into a right direction. So many times you just don't need to understand this process, but you need to understand that it's happening for your good. It's happening for your good. And that's what is leading us to the third part, which is questioning, right? Questioning brings us to answers. Many people want to know without questioning, right? You can't know without asking to know. You have to ask firstly, and asking is not easy, because many of us may be living on the surface where we're just wondering why it happened to me, why that person was so mean, why that thing needed to take place, right? We're living on the surface. Why I need to suffer? Why I need to be in pain? Why I need to be broke? Why I need to be homeless, or whatever is the situation, right? We're living on the surface. But I always say to you, if you're suffering, suffer with purpose. If you're in pain, be in pain with purpose. If you're being lost, be lost with purpose, right? Purpose leads to process. So purpose means that you have something to aim towards and you're willing to make next steps, so it's already a purpose, right? You're not willing to be stuck, you're not holding to the past, you have a purpose now. So the thing is that you've been given life for one specific reason. So life can evolve through you, through you being you. Life is evolving because you're getting new experiences, experiencing new knowledge, experiencing whatever new finds you. It's what is increasing information inside of the complexity of your beingness, like becoming more experienced and therefore becoming also wiser. So it's one of the purposes you've chosen to come here, to evolve. Then you've also come here to recognize how to deal with what you don't want to deal with, right? How to manage unpleasant sensations, to recognize pain is so painful because we are resisting to it, right? And what we resist persists. So if you want to make pain more pleasant, be a friend to it. What you befriend transcends. When you become a friend to pain, pain will turn into a process of healing. And once you turn something into a process of healing, you're not the same person anymore. Now you've recognized there is a new journey for you. There is a new path in front of you. Who can I be if I would be healed? Who can I be if I would treat people differently? And then it comes to mirroring, like, how am I treating myself, right? How am I treating myself? Am I respectful towards myself? Am I understanding towards myself? Am I compassionate and kind towards myself? If not, it's time to question. Why not? Why you're clinging to a story that is not constructive for your evolution? You may be saying, people are not attracted to me because I'm like this and I'm like that. Or I can't succeed at this because I'm like this and like that. So it means you're clinging to a story that is not constructive for your evolution. It is destructive because it is making you feel stuck in a box, in your own mental prison. And if you want to change that, a story must change. You need to recognize what's the source of this prison, like where this prison is really rooted. So maybe you can pull the roots out and the walls will fall down. That's what you can do. So you need to recognize what story is making you feel like you're being in a prison. You need to question your own belief systems. If you want to have clarity, you have to question your own belief systems. And the easiest way to do it is to write things down on a piece of paper. What do you believe to be true? What do I believe to be true about money? What do I believe to be true about my own self-image, my self-perception? What do I believe to be true about how life works? About God, about universe, about anything? What do I believe to be true? And then see if there could be a different outlook on things. When you find a different outlook, the old outlook will most probably break down because hopefully you will find a better one. Until outlook will come from within and not so much from external sources. That's the purpose of knowledge, is to lead us into our inner knowledge, right? That's why knowledge is so important, because it is only leading you inwardly. So you're studying other people until you recognize that at some point all this knowledge from other people is just not being helpful anymore. So it's time for you to go within and find your own source of knowledge, and that will free you forever. Once you find your inner knowing, it will free you forever. But it only comes to you through questioning. Wherever you are, if your questions are being on the surface, like why this is happening to me, why that person said this to me, try to turn it inwardly, like who am I that this happened to me? Like if somebody said something mean to you, what kind of person I am that these people are around me? How am I treating them? Am I maybe a same version to them? Am I maybe an exact opposite of them? Am I, being kind but lacking boundaries? So they are being mean and lacking boundaries, right? Am I being too empathic and letting boundaries so they are too narcissistic and lacking boundaries. And I'm being too scared, not doing anything, and they're being too courageous and doing too much, right? There's always a reflection in everything. So try to deepen your questions and clarity will appear. That's why writing is so powerful. When you write your thoughts down, you write your ideas down, you write your emotions down, what starts happening, a different part of your brain works when you're writing. And when you start writing, at the same time you can objectively look at what you're writing down, and while you're observing what you're writing, it's like looking at your mind from a different perspective, and you can just see things a little bit differently. It's very powerful. It's often how I come across many incredible answers for myself. So my friends, I hope you found a very valuable lesson in this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Thanks to all of you for supporting my art on our store, AttractPassion.com, where you can find all of my paintings, prints of my art, some of the original paintings, and also our Etsy store, I Draw My Passion, whatever you prefer the most. So go and check it out, and if you're a first-time buyer on AttractPassion.com, use the code PASSION15 and you will get 15 off on your first order. And also to anyone who would love to work with me one-on-one, I'm also offering coaching sessions to deepen your journey and find clarity where it is lacking. So you can find all the details in the description of this video. Check it out, and my friends, till next time, one love.